Masterful, Part 2, The Awakening Below. The glowing red light from the chasm bathed the entire theater in an eerie, flickering hue. The temperature in the room spiked, as if Fire Lake itself had reached up to greet them. People stumbled over each other in their rush toward the exits, their cries echoing against the high stone walls. Wu and Ji remained frozen in place, their eyes locked on the stage. They could feel the heat emanating from the chasm as beads of sweat rolled down their foreheads. Ji, Wu whispered, tugging on his brother's sleeve. We should go. But Ji didn't move. What if they, what if they can't stop it? His voice was barely audible, trembling with both fear and fascination. On stage, the two masters stood firm, their focus unbroken. It seems the volcano wishes to test us, Master Han said, his calm voice carrying over the din of the crowd. Master Zuo tilted his head, a faint smile playing on his lips. A fitting stage for legends, wouldn't you agree? Without warning, a jet of magma erupted from the chasm, hissing and crackling as it arced toward the ceiling. The crowd screamed, ducking for cover, but before the molten rock could rain down, Master Han swept his hand upward. A spiraling column of wind shot forth, catching the magma midair and redirecting it harmlessly to the side. The molten rock splattered against the walls, sending a wave of steam and smoke through the theater. Despite the danger, Master Zuo laughed, a deep, resonant sound that sent chills down Wu's spine. You're wasting your energy on defense, Han, Zuo said, lifting his blade. Allow me to handle this with some finality. He slashed downward, sending a crescent of searing flames into the chasm. The fire roared as it descended, igniting the molten lake below. For a brief moment, the entire room glowed brighter, the fiery reflection dancing in the eyes of every onlooker. The ground rumbled in response, and the crack on the stage began to spread. Wu and Ji clutched each other as the tremors grew stronger, the walls of the theater groaning under the strain. Do you feel that? Ji asked, his voice barely a whisper. Wu nodded. The sensation wasn't just physical, it was something deeper, an energy pulsing through the air, ancient and alive. It resonated in his chest, making his heart race. Is this part of their power? Wu wondered aloud, his voice tinged with awe. Before Ji could answer, a deafening roar erupted from the chasm, unlike anything they had ever heard. The sound was primal, echoing with an otherworldly force that silenced the crowd instantly. The light from the chasm dimmed, replaced by an ominous glow. Something was rising from the depths. The masters turned their attention to the chasm, their expressions grim. Even Master Zuo's usual smirk faded as the ground beneath them trembled violently. Han, Zuo said, his voice uncharacteristically serious. Do you sense it? Han nodded, his eyes narrowing. Something stirs below, something that should not wake. The air grew thick with tension as the crowd, too frightened to flee, watched in stunned silence. The brothers felt rooted to the spot, unable to look away. Then it emerged. From the fiery depths of the chasm rose a massive, clawed hand, its surface glowing like molten rock. Steam hissed as the claws gripped the edge of the stage, pulling up an enormous, hulking figure. Its eyes, burning like twin suns, scanned the room with an ancient, unrelenting hunger. The crowd erupted into chaos once more, but the brothers didn't move. They were transfixed, caught between terror and wonder. What is that? Ji whispered, his voice barely audible. Wu swallowed hard, his fist clenched. I don't know, but I think this is only the beginning. On stage, Master Han and Master Zuo took their stances, their auras flaring to life once more. This time there was no holding back. Stay behind me, Zuo, Han commanded, his voice sharp. Zuo laughed, his confidence returning. I think not. Let's see if this beast can handle both wind and flame. The creature roared again, shaking the foundation of the theater. The brothers exchanged a glance, their hearts pounding in unison. And then in an instant, the creature lunged,